14 hours on this interstate. We rode all night and now it's breaking day. Could use a little sleep, but we must go on. Gotta do a show tonight in San Antonio. And a million miles away, she waits for me. Living day by day with all her hopes and dreams. And if I'm gonna win, why do I have to lose? Well, it's all that I can do to be a song away from you. This motel room don't seem like home, and love just ain't the same on a cell phone. Tonight there's another place I wish I could be. In those arms reaching out for me. But the music pulls me through another lonely night. But what about the ones I leave behind each time? Maybe I'm a fool, that it's a life I choose, but it's tearing me in two to be a song away from you. The life I leave behind seems so far away. As time passes me by, it's the price we pay. This road goes on, it never ends too soon. And it's all that I can do to be a song away from you. A song away from you.
And good evening. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Of course, Scott McQuaig singing there. A song away from you. As we get this night started, there's been lots of questions, and we'll go over in a minute. I got y'all to post how much rain you've got in your yard as we look at the weather. The Mississippi Gulf Coast is taking a hit, and I've got one of the best on the phone with us tonight, Jeff Franks with the Mississippi Task Force 2. Jeff, how are you?
I'm good tonight, sir. How are you?
Now, there's a lot of people, as you and I were talking before we went on, that say, okay, I've heard of Task Force, but I don't know exactly what that is. Explain what you and your team do.
So we are a branch of Homeland Security. We are the Mississippi Urban Search and Rescue Task Force. We are an all-hazards unit that responds anywhere nationwide, statewide, doesn't matter the disaster. We are highly trained guys ready to respond. Rope rescue, water rescue, swiftwater floods, trench rescues, confined space, earthquakes. We kind of train for everything.
So, and I didn't realize this. I had it that maybe y'all just done this here, but y'all also are deployed to other states as well to help out.
That is correct. We go where we're asked to go. The state puts in a formal request. Doesn't matter if it's hundreds of miles away or right next door. Our neighboring states, we go anywhere we're asked to go.
Now, y'all are on the Mississippi Gulf Coast right now. What are you seeing? What is bad? What's going on there? Is it power back yet, or what are you seeing?
That's correct. We are spread out across the Gulf Coast. We're providing swiftwater capabilities here, also with some wide area search capabilities, a lot of recon capabilities as well. What we're seeing is extreme tidal surge with the rivers and a lot of flash flooding. The rivers are just overflowing, and they're not crested yet. So the official crest on a lot of these rivers is going to be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're still standing by waiting further assignment at this time. Power is pretty good on the Gulf Coast. The further west you go towards Hancock County, you're seeing more outages. The metro area of New Orleans is looking at about 2 million people without power. And from what we're hearing, the utilities and everything are kind of down in the city right now. So they took a pretty good blow over to the west of us here.
All right, what about roads? How are they on the Gulf Coast? If somebody is listening that came up here to a motel, is it safe to drive back toward the Gulf Coast? Are the roads clear? What have you seen there?
I cannot officially speak on that, but I can say that there are some problems in the low-lying areas. Your main thoroughfares are going to be okay, but there's still going to be some road issues at this time.
Okay. What have y'all rescued a lot of people that stayed?
We have had multiple calls for service last night. Unfortunately, that total is not in an official capacity, so we can't really speak to the numbers at this time, but we did have multiple calls for service over the last 2 days.
Now, I haven't seen anything on any national news. Have we had any loss of life, to your knowledge, in the state of Mississippi?
Unfortunately, I can't speak to that right now.
Okay. I understand. But officially, I hadn't seen anything, and we hope the number's low if there is that.
That's right.
How long will y'all be set up down there to handle this search and rescue? Is this like a week thing, or does it go on past that?
Well, every situation is fluid, so we really never know until we get the official word. We are staging at this time. We have had crews out making calls for service throughout the day today. We know that the rivers will not crest until early tomorrow, possibly on into daylight hours tomorrow. So we are definitely standing by until that happens, and we will go from there tomorrow, see what we got next.
Now, the task force that you said you were part of, do y'all only handle like flood problems, or do y'all also handle other situations that come up as well?
We are an all hazards department, so no matter the disaster, man-made, natural disaster situation that may occur, we are trained for all those situations. So we're basically a do-it-all team. We can do whatever we're asked to do.
All right. From your view of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, did most of the people get off the coast and leave, or did the majority of the people just stay this time?
I don't have numbers on that. I don't know exactly the percentages or anything like that, to be honest with you. I couldn't really speak to that.
Okay. I was just curious of that. New Orleans, they made a statement from the mayor's office that they had waited too late, or the storm got there too quick to tell people to make it an official evacuation to where they could close all the roads and get everybody out. So there was a lot of people still in the New Orleans area that normally would leave, but it got on them too quick.
That's correct.
They lost a huge cell tower in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken, that took out phones for days. I even read where they couldn't even call 911.
That's correct. We haven't heard anything officially on that, but I've seen on the news that the dispatching systems for a lot of the emergency services in the city are down.
All right. Now, do y'all work as you do the rescue? Do y'all, after it gets a certain point in the night, do y'all cut off operations for the night, or do y'all work straight on through if the call needs it?
It depends on the weather. If the weather allows us to get out safely and perform our jobs, then we continue through the night. If not, sometimes we shut down operations until it's safe to do so. And
what is the weather like on the Gulf Coast tonight? Has the rain pretty much quit?
Yes, we experienced the last bands of the hurricane earlier today, so it's very pleasant conditions at this time down here.
All right. Well, Jeff, thank you for joining me. This has been interesting, and when we get some numbers that you can make it official, we'd like to go back over that with you as well.
Yes, sir. I'd be glad to.
And let me ask this, so folks can identify where are you from originally?
So personally or department wise?
Personally and department wise, where all do you work at? So we can just get
I live in Macon, Mississippi, and I work for the city of Philadelphia and also work for the city of Louisville Fire Department. So basically the Mississippi Task Force is comprised of firefighters throughout the state that also work for Homeland Security. So we have our day job, so to speak, as firefighters, and we kind of moonlight as rescue technicians for the USAR Task Force.
That's interesting. Well, Jeff, I cannot thank you enough for joining us tonight to talk about this. A lot of concerns, a lot of prayers that go out to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and what you guys do. You're on the front lines trying to help a lot of people. May God bless y'all.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll be in touch, and thank you, Jeff, for joining me tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, that's Jeff Franks with the Mississippi Task Force is there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast trying to save those, search and rescue. It's a bunch going on there. God bless them. They've covered a lot of ground out there. I hope you're having a good evening. I put this on Facebook just a moment ago. How much rain did you get? And let me go up here to the and pull this up so we can go over this of rain amounts. We've had a bunch today. I'm going to take these earphones out that are so fancy that you have to watch a YouTube video to put them in your ear every time you use them. But as we go down and look at this, let's see here. How much rain did we get? Let's pull this up because it has been a bunch that come down as we go to this. And let's see here. All comments, if I can figure out what I'm doing here. We got a bunch of it. 5 inches on Hamrick Road in north of Collinsville, 5.5 to 6 inches there in Marion. Eddie Seipel said in Kemper County about 4.5 inches of rain. 4 inches out at Battlefield. Let's see, running over at 5 inches in Clarkdale area. About 6 inches. Angela Sloan said 4 to 5 inches there in Lauderdale. Here's a big one there, 7 inches at House. Yellow Creek Community in Winston County got about 5 inches. Also, Long Creek area, 5 to 6 inches. Over 5 in Blackwater, 5.5 in Philadelphia. We keep going down through here. 5 inches in Decatur. Little Rock got a little over 6 inches in Little Rock area there. Obadiah got 4 inches, 4.5 in Neshoba County. And let's see here. Nellyburg, 4.5 inches. 4 inches there. 3.5 in downtown Philadelphia. 6 inches there in Clarkdale. Ooh, North Meridian, look at that. That's solid 5 inches there. Mount Nebo, 5 1/4, 5.5 in DeKalb, 3.5 to 4 in Preston, Mississippi. Now, I kept seeing this on the Weather Channel. They had reported flooding at Bonita Lakes Mall. Did any of y'all see that? I don't have any pictures from it to show, but they reported it that there was flooding there. So we had some rain, didn't we? All right, let's pull up radar and go over what we've got tonight and where we are, and we'll talk about the forecast. And this is where our guys are down there on the Gulf Coast area there. And as you can see, those bands have moved out. We've got some rain showers there, but nothing too serious there. Our area, thank goodness, didn't get any tornado warnings to speak of. We had one that was fired off quickly down in Wayne County, and then that went away. It was real quick. As we move into Lauderdale County here, and we look at Clark, a couple things that we wanted to point out here. Now this is light rain here. We go to Clark County here, and let's turn on locations, and then we'll move up into Lauderdale County there. What we've got right there, and this was reported. Broad area flooding along Highway 145 at Archusa Drive. That was earlier this afternoon there. And as we go up into Lauderdale County, there was a couple of these in Lauderdale, if I remember. Here's one out by Northeast. Numerous homes flooded in the Van Zyverden community. And I did post a picture of that. It had the sheriff's car that was underwater. We'll pull that back up here in just a second. And here's one down by the hospitals. We got two things there. Flooding reported on Front Street and 14th Street, and also several trees flooded in the southeastern Meridian by the mall and Bonita Lakes Mall. And that goes to what made it to the Weather Channel. They found that and they put that one out there. I would say that we were very fortunate. God blessed us in so many different ways with this storm, as it really didn't get near as bad as it could have been for us. We have to say our blessings. And as we talked about the preparation and everything, so we got an extra few supplies now. That's okay. Let's go over and check out what we've got in power outages now, locally and nationally. Let me update here, EMEPA. They had a little over 2,000 at one time, and now it's, look at this. This is great, down to 7 customers. And that's going to be right out here. Just north of Marion there, out near Thompson. They got 7 affected members right there. That's not bad. They've been hustling it. So a big thumbs up to EMEPA for getting that back on. Now let's look at state levels, and let me update that also. I've had it sitting there, and we pull this up. This is the state. Mississippi now is down to 68,000 people without power. That's good because it was over 100,000 earlier. As we pull up the map of Mississippi and you get into this, still a little bit, that 900 people in Neshoba County without power. Generators are burning tonight in Neshoba County as we get to 55 in Newton County. And also, this is going to be over in Scott County, 300 people. And that's the closest to us there. Kemper, 0. Lauderdale is 32, and that would have the Mississippi Power number mixed in with that, is where the extra comes in there from the 7 from EMEPA. And then you get here to the coast here, and this is where it's just it's everybody's missing power down in there. We back out here and look over, still 1 million people plus in Louisiana without power. And you pull up the state, and we'll just do that to show there. It's right there in that New Orleans area as it comes across there. It's going to be probably quite some time for them before they get the power turned back on. But as we look at tonight and what to expect, is some light showers going to happen. Right now, our biggest rain that we're showing for the state is up here in Columbus area as it cuts across Starkville. It's pouring buckets of rain. Still, Noxubee County has a flash flood warning, flash flood watch until 10 o'clock tonight, and a wind advisory. As we go back down closer to the area we're here, as we get into Neshoba County, flash flood watch. Also, as we move over, let me close that out. We get into Lauderdale County, just a flash flood watch, and that's going to be here until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So it really has done wonders of that. But we did have a lot of rain reported. So that's a quick update on everything that's going on weather-wise. And a thank you to everybody that wished me well on feeling better. This morning was a rough time there on me. I did go get tested again, and I am 100% do not have COVID. Thank goodness. I don't know what I had, but I felt like I've been drugged behind a donkey or two. Stepped on a few times this morning. You don't know where it comes from, but I would have bet you my last wooden nickel that I had caught that disease, but I didn't have it. So God bless me on that. Say thank you. I feel a whole lot better tonight. I got my mojo back, as they say. Let me go back over the comments here and see if I missed anything there. I think we've covered most of those. Pat Banks says he's a great guy. She knows him there from Macon. She's proud to claim him. There you go. Let's see as we go down the list there. 6 inches. Janice Watts said they've got 6 inches and running out of the gauge on Lover's Lane. They're just east of Scuba there. Ooh, Janice, that is a lot there. That's right down from David Bryan's place in that area, down from Jimmy Thomas there at Lover's Lane. That's a lot of rain through there. Kemper lost power earlier in the morning. Also, no power here in Neshoba County. That comes from Sheila Burnett, and 602 without power. I wish for the folks in Neshoba County, I could tell you that that's going to be back on real quick, but Neshoba County always seems, what's the word I'm looking for? It takes a little bit longer for whatever reason to get power restored in that area. Every time we have a disaster, it seems as though that drags on and on and on. I wish I had more to say. We'll get Eric Clark all over the situation. Talk to him. And I also wanted to address this. We posted this afternoon. There was a robbery on North Hill Street. The detectives showed up that was called into the Meridian Police Department. Detectives showed up after they got there. They determined that was not true. For whatever reason, it almost sounds like two people got in some type of an argument, most likely over a couple dollars or money or something, and one of them called the police, said they were robbed, and the detectives determined that is not what went on. So I've updated that and put there as a false alarm. I wanted to clarify that. But originally called in, when it turns out it was really something else. So it really gives you an what's the word I'm looking for? Uneasy feeling to think you could be robbed while pumping gas, and it turned out to be something else than that. So I don't want anybody to mistake what I put. I want to make sure that everybody understands that that did not happen like it was originally reported after the detectives got into it and solved the case. So good job to MPD for taking care of that. Let's see here. As always, we'll be back tomorrow morning, and we're going to have the former mayor on Thursday. I'd originally said that he would be here on Tuesday. We've moved that date to this Thursday. Percy Bland will join us. We'll dig inside Percy to find out what he's been doing and ask him how he'd handle situations that are all going on now in the city of Meridian. All that's coming up on Thursday. I hope you'll join us at 8 a.m. bright and early on Thursday. It's going to be an interesting show there to see what he has to say. I won't hold you any longer. I know that everybody's trying to get to bed, get dressed and everything, and I want to say thank you all for coming by. As always, we'll be here when the weather turns bad. If something else happens, we'll break in and let you know about it. That's what's important, keeping us all safe. So thank you for dropping by for a few minutes tonight, and we'll be back. And keep your prayers for those folks on the Gulf Coast. As Jeff couldn't tell us all that's going on until, when you're part of a team, you have to wait till the government can tell you everything. So we hope the numbers are low. I hope fatalities in the state of Mississippi does not exist. Just horrible, the thought of loss of life. But from generators to whatnots cause it. Trees, we just hope that everybody's safe. We'll release that if we find out anything any different. Okay, I've rambled enough. Thank y'all, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning around 6:30 with your forecast here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Take care, and God bless. We'll see you then.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by